What we're going to do is we're going to start the plan for the DeskMate. So what I want you to do for the people that are home, I want you to take your ruler. Now this paper measures 8.5 by 14. I want you to take your ruler and I want you to line it up to the top, about in this spot, and I want you to measure 3 1/2, put a mark, and then 7, and then put a mark. I'm going to do the same thing near the middle of the paper. 3 1/2 and 7, and put a mark. Then I want you to take your ruler and use it as a straight edge. And you're going to line up your 2 marks. And I want this line to go all the way across the paper. So I'm going to start like that. Then I'm going to just slide this over. And then I'm going to finish drawing that line all the way across the paper. Okay, so that's the first line. That's 3 1/2 inches down. And the second line. Okay, we're going to finish it. Line it up, take your time. Okay, now what I want you to do is I want you to take your ruler, line it up with one end of the paper. So it's lined up here. And I want you to put a mark at 12. And I want you to do the same thing near the bottom. Line it up with this end, and put another mark at 12. Okay? Then I want you to take your ruler as a straight edge, and I want you to connect it. Just like that.
Go.
Okay, now what I'm going to give you is a piece of wood that measures 3 1/2 by 12. If you notice, that fits over each one of these boxes. Okay, that's the wood I'm going to give you for the DeskMate. I'm only going to give you one piece. So now in these boxes, you got to figure out how you want to divide them up for each DeskMate. It's nice to make 2 sets of plans. And I'm going to show you the plans in just a little bit of what I did.
Yep.
Okay, when I first designed, there's where I started, just like you are. And then these were my plans. Now this was the first DeskMate I made. I made this in 1994. And this is the plan. All right, so I want your initials on the front. Okay, and notice they're thick enough to support themselves. And they're flat on the bottom, so we can fasten it to the other end. The back are 2 saws put together. Again, they're fastened on the bottom. There's a hole in the top for a pencil. Okay, because I want you to have a pencil. Okay, that's the first design. And you could see my plans. And then my bottom was smaller.
Go.
All right, then in 2000, I decided to make another DeskMate. And I want to explain the plan. Okay, I wanted to make it fancier because 8th graders were making them so much better than me. So I came up with this one. I tried to make it really fancy. Okay, you can notice that the letters are thick enough to support themselves. They're flat on the bottom. Okay, I put a truck on the back. Put a hole there for the pencil. Okay, that was in 2000. And the bottom, I made it a lot fancier. I cut the corners off. Okay, and I kind of beveled it a little.
Go.
Okay, now then I decided to do another one because a student gave me a good idea. And I thought it was a great thing to change the DeskMate up a little bit. Now this one has my initials also. And I designed this one at home thinking about it. You could see that these are the initials, but I left a message in the initials because I'm not going to have a back in like these. Okay, because this is a cell phone holder. So if you put a hole, it holds the cell phone. Just like that. Or you could put it like this. Okay, so a lot of students seem to like this one. So we changed it up. And I says, if you're going to do this one, you got to put something on your initial. I want your initial, but maybe you want to put a basketball up here or maybe a football. But I put a cross, which is Jesus, a heart, which is love, and a U, which is you, because my mother always told me Jesus loves you. So I put that message in there because I thought it was a great message. All right, and we took a little piece of scrap wood, we nailed it on the front. This was the shape of my bottom, and this DeskMate is following all the criteria. Also, I can put the pencil right here, so it still holds the pencil. Okay, back in 2019, I decided to make another DeskMate, and this one I made for my garage. Now this one I kind of also made it so it holds a cell phone. So when I'm working on something in the garage, I can just set it on the table and I can figure it out if I need to look up something. I did change the pencil spot from my plan. Okay, so I have an old truck that I like to use and I put my initials on the back of it. I like fishing, so I put a fish on the bottom and I just put some holes, kind of like bubbles in the water. That was my idea. I tapered that end. I cut this piece off and I put it up here. This was the bottom, and then you can see the back with that. And I really like this DeskMate. This is one of my favorite ones. Okay, so that's all my DeskMates. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to come up with your plan on what you want to do. I would like you to plan for 2 DeskMates so we can pick the best parts of the DeskMates. We can use this plan to create our DeskMates.